Hello everybody, welcome once again to UXCELLENCE, uxcellence.org. Today we are going to talk about Figma. This is the class number 4. I don't have a title. I think that would be something like Figma is awesome. Why is important to use Figma? Which one is the importance of Figma? Why we have to use Figma right now? And why we are so lucky to have Figma in this present moment, It's like we have been waiting for this moment for a long time as a pro designer. In the past, we have many different apps that we have to try to use, separately. But right now, everything is centered on Figma. And 95% of the companies are using Figma right now. Let's go and analyze the 3 or 4 phases that we have on Figma that we can apply to it, and why is important Figma as a collaborative tool in the process, in the whole process, right? So this is Figma. You can use Figma for free, but if you want to use it as a professional tool, I would say that you have to pay annually fee. It's around $150. In that way, you can have any number of files that you want. You can use Figma Jam, Figma Design, and Figma Community. Let's go and see what type of files you can use in each phase of the process of creating a digital platform. The first thing that you can create is in the first phase, research. There's many templates that you can use here. For example, diagrams, daily sync, agenda, user persona, empathy path, business and models, stand-ups, user journey maps, stakeholders mapping, user journey mapping, brainstorm. There's a lot of things that you can use from here. Just to make a quick example, daily sync. Every single day, you have to get together with the team and, okay, this is what I did yesterday. I'm going to be working on this today. And I have this blocker, for example. That's the daily sync. Another type of file that you can use on Figma Jam, that is, I would say, like a portion of Figma itself, is the diagrams. Diagrams is something that yourself, as a pro designer, you are going to be using. Sometimes by yourself, in the way that you will be creating this type of user flows and diagrams for each section and feature on the product that you are about to design. And sometimes the product owner is going to be doing this. There's a fine line. We can have a discussion about that. Who is the person in charge about the diagrams related to the product definitions? But I would say that we have to be involved. And either way, to go through every single layer of the product and every single feature, that's something that we have to be providing to the team. But you are going to be working with the rest of the team, mostly with the PMs and the POs. The most important thing about Figma is that you can work and sync with the rest of the team. That means that here you will see a lot of avatars. That means that you can be working with 100 people and you can share it with another persons inside or outside of the corporation or the company. It is a collaborative tool, therefore it's about communication. That's why it is important to use it, because it's about communication between every single department of the team in order to create that specific product that you are about to design. And with the pro designers, we are from the first meeting until the last meeting, until the post-mortem meeting. So communication is vital. It's everything about communication. So the most important thing is that in this tool, you are going to be talking with the rest of the team. You can do the calls through this platform. You can leave comments here. You can mention persons. So everything is going to be documented in this beautiful platform. And that is the most important thing about Figma. It is important, obviously, to use correctly all the tools, components, nested components, libraries, prototyping. Every single little detail about the enhancement that you can do, yes. Everything is centered in one source of truth, that is Figma. And that didn't happen 5-6 years ago. That is about the first phase of the process. That's product definition, PM, PO, and pro designers, copywriting, for example, as well. Everything that is about research, you can do that on Figma Jam. The second scenario is Figma design. Here you can go through the, I would say, 4 phases. That is a sketch, wireframes, and high fidelity mockups, okay? That means that you are moving from the first phase of research to the second phase, that is design. You can leave the comments, you can mention persons, so you can have multiple pages here, and then you can sync up or you can link this to another libraries. Really cool. And actually important, it's going to save a lot of time to yourself. I mean, this scenario about design files is, that could be like it depends of the product itself, right? But the most important thing is the same as the first phase. You are working collaborative with the rest of the team. It's about communication. It's about documentate everything on the first phase. You define, you go to designs, you go through the different phases. And once you finish that, there is the phase of the prototyping. And the prototyping is like, sometimes ourselves as a product designer, we take it that, yeah, it's like an enhancement that we can do. But let me tell you, the importance of the prototyping is crucial, because it's the best way to communicate the final product before it goes to development. That you finish the design, that is the result of all the research, all the sketch, all the wireframes, and then you have the high fidelity mockups. And when you finish the high fidelity mockups, there's many reasons why you have to do the prototyping. The first is, okay, you have to show your work. This is the result. And you show that to the team. And when you show that to the team, what you are doing is clarifying what is happening in every single interaction, in this button, in this call to action, in this component. If the user clicks here, this is what is happening. This is the type of animation. So what you are doing is the handoff to all the team, and it's crystal clear what is happening in every single interaction across all the scenarios, all user cases in that specific platform that you already designed. To make an example, this is something really, really simple. We have these 2 pages. Maybe the developer came and what happens when I click here? Or how is the animation to the next page? So you go to prototype here. This is design mode and this is prototype mode. And this is one example. So what happens when I click here, I go to this page, and that's the animation. The clients can use, if you take the prototyping to another level, the client can use this for sales. The PM and the PO can analyze if there's something missing, like just to the tiny detail. And the most important thing, that is the endless war, quote unquote, with the developers, is that we are doing the deliveries to the developers, and they have a clear understanding of what is happening in every single interaction. And if you do the designs on pixel perfect, the developers can go to the dev mode. When you have the designs on high fidelity mockups, the developers can go to dev mode. It's this toggle here. And when they click here, they will see all the CSS code. It depends of the type of framework that they are going to use, but they can set up this if they want to see this on on CSS, iOS, Android, or any other type of framework. It's not only, this is not related to the prototyping, but if you do the deliveries in this way, prototype, so they see visually every single interaction, and then they go to the dev mode, the range of mistakes and the threshold of mistakes, you are going to take it to 1%. And that is the most important thing, because when you are going from design to dev, that's kind of the limit when everything could happen. And when I say everything, I'm talking about the good things and the bad things. So you have to be really careful as a product designer. What are you going to deliver to the devs in order to provide everything that they need? There's no mistakes or misunderstanding in the communication. And it's not only about meetings and constant demos, it's about provide the material. And the material is high fidelity mockups, pixel perfect, prototypings, and so they can go to dev mode and see all the specs. And lastly, is that Figma is going to save a lot of time to your work because you can use Figma community, and pretty much here you can go to Figma community, and in this community you will find all the frameworks, all the libraries, a lot of resources. Most of the companies right now, for example, they are providing in their official website, for example, Adobe or Apple, iOS, the official design system, so you can download and use that file, so there's no mistakes and they update that file. You don't have to do it from zero. There's a lot of things on Figma on Figma community that you can research, buttons, grids. It's going to save a lot of time to you. Let me tell you, that was hard to find 6 years ago. Right now, everything is centered on Figma. We have the resources, we have the database, we have the companies creating the Figma file. So it's going to save you a lot of time. I'm going to do more videos about the specific things like prototyping and diagrams and that kind of stuff. But for now, I just wanted to let you know why it's important to use Figma. Thank you very much for being here. Please subscribe, leave a comment, share with any person that could be interested in become a product designer. Very much, and remember, life itself is a user experience, and we are the designers on it. Peace out.
Listen.